Greetings to all, and thank you for joining us once again. We are back out on the East Coast to check up on the progress at the new Tennessee Titan football stadium. The construction of this site is moving at light speed. I was amazed at how much had changed in the short time since I was here last. It appears the construction team is pressing to get the roof on the facility ahead of the cold temperatures in the coming months. Whether they meet that timeline will be dependent on how well they can keep up this pace. The construction of the new Nissan Stadium for the Tennessee Titans is progressing but has faced recent challenges as would be expected of any project of this size. In every project you face three major hurdles: cost, schedule, quality. To the first metric, cost. This is always one of the most significant metrics as all the stakeholders have agreed upon an amount and all the financing revolves around the project coming in on budget or under budget. Unfortunately, this facility has already been impacted with higher costs. During the initial construction phase, some opportunities were identified that would increase the facility's longevity and were integrated into the build. The original budget for the stadium was an incredible $2.1 billion. As of July 2025, the total cost has risen to $2.2 billion, a significant $100 million increase that will get investors' attention. The Titans are responsible for covering these overages, so the work continues. That brings us to our second critical metric, schedule. On July 18, 2025, construction was temporarily halted after a noose was found at the site, prompting an investigation by Metro Nashville Police and the Tennessee Builders Alliance, TBA. The TBA condemned the incident as a racist and hateful act and is requiring additional anti-bias training for all workers. A $250,000 reward is offered for information leading to the identification of the responsible individual. Work will resume after a site-wide stand-down focused on inclusion and respect. It goes without saying that this type of malice or attempt at a joke is just unacceptable, and we hope that the TBA gets to the bottom of this and we can move forward. With that said, the work stoppage impacts schedule, and the construction team is now faced with finding ways to mitigate the impact of the work stoppage. Building on the schedule concerns, currently around 550 workers are on site daily, with numbers expected to rise to over 1,000 in later stages. The project has faced labor shortages, prompting the Titans Construction Training Camp to train and certify local workers. The stadium is part of a broader East Bank redevelopment, expected to generate $3 billion in economic benefits and create 19,000 jobs. The labor shortage in Tennessee is not a unique story to this construction site. I just recently returned from the fire-ravaged Pacific Palisades in California. As I toured some of the job sites, I noticed very few workers on each site. I asked a couple of contractors about the situation, and they pointed to the recent undocumented worker crackdown, which is clearly visible throughout the California work sites. This will undoubtedly affect schedules and very likely costs. The last metric on our list is quality. In my world, this metric is not negotiable. So, there will not be any cutting corners or using inferior materials. This team has committed to building a functional work of art that will demonstrate the ability to grow with the city while reducing the impact on the surroundings. With that said, I am kinda old school. I think the best football ever played was on an open field in tough weather conditions. Games like the Green Bay Packers versus Dallas Cowboys on Lambeau Field, in Green Bay, Wisconsin, with the temperature of -15 degrees Fahrenheit, with a wind chill of -48 degrees Fahrenheit. The field was frozen, and referee Norm Schachter's whistle froze to his lips. Or the Cincinnati Bengals versus the San Diego Chargers at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio, where the temperature was -9 degrees Fahrenheit with a wind chill of -59 degrees Fahrenheit, the coldest in NFL history by wind chill. So, seeing the Titans putting up a dome is a little bit depressing, but I guess this site will hold some great winter concerts, and that may, in the end, make it all worthwhile. But enough about the facilities project management. Let's spend a minute talking about the rare breed of rugged individuals who will work hundreds of feet in the air, balancing on a small piece of steel. Not to mention, on this day, The temperatures were near 100 degrees. Watching these craftsmen work laser-focused on landing giant pieces of steel with zero outward concerns was just a pleasure to watch. These folks are working at nearly 300 feet in the air, held on by a small tether. While I was loitering and watching them work, it was simply amazing at how casually they worked together. I am not implying that they were in any way reckless, just simply highly skilled professionals at the top of their game. This was like watching a ballet, just an absolute pleasure to have the opportunity to observe such talent on display. All right, before we wrap this thing up, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are alerted as we move from site to site. We are heading back out to Auto Club next week, and I will be announcing the results of our poll. I do want to thank everyone that voiced your opinion about whether we should stick with Auto Club or cut our losses. Your comments were amazing, and even I was surprised by the level of passion shown for this racetrack. In the comments of the last Auto Club video, some of you gave me some great suggestions about things I should look for. One of them was the Walk of Fame, located just behind the main grandstand. That was something that I had totally forgotten about, and will find a way to get back there to see if it is still intact. There was also a great suggestion to get out to Willow Springs Raceway in Rosamond, California. Apparently Willow Springs is doing some upgrades, and with all the demolition going on in California, it will be great to see someone investing in a SoCal facility. And please stay tuned. As you can see, Titan Stadium is going to be a fast-moving project, and we will be documenting the entire journey. I have no doubt it will be an incredible transformation from what we see today to the final facility ready for game day. Also, we will be closely following the demolition of the old stadium. And while that may be a little sad to watch, it is always incredible to see how these types of structures are disassembled and cleared out. Thanks for riding along, and we will see you again soon.